All right, people. Welcome to Solid Steps to Wealth. This is our Tech to Titan podcast with the phenomenal Mr. James Davis.
Hey
And
everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you.
exactly. So we're going to talk to him about being a young man starting an appliance repair business in the climate that we're currently in, the challenges, the rewards, the trials and the tribulations, like the real game. And this is
Right.
why y'all come to Miss Orr, because we always telling the truth over here and keeping it real. So, Mr. Davis, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into Q&A.
All right. I'm James Davis. I graduated from Tuskegee University in 2019 with a degree in mechanical engineering. I went on to after school. I got an engineering job. I worked there for about 2 years. Then after that, some things in the world and in my life changed, and I decided that I wanted to start and open up my own business. I come from a reasonably large family, 6 kids. My parents, they owned a restaurant business from the age of 10 to about 16, 17. And that was a big learning experience, but that was my beginnings and my start into entrepreneurship. And that got really real, really fast. But now we're here. I'm doing appliance repair, and it's a constant journey. I love it, but I like being my own boss. I like determining my own time and schedule, and I like being able to work with my hands, but not only that, but being able to control my time and my freedom. And that is a blessing and a curse. It's definitely a double-edged sword if you don't have the discipline to keep it in check.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, we are already off to a great start. So, you seen hey, look here, you almost OG at this point, because some people start 30 days, they gone. So just from the time that you've been in the industry, what word of advice from the door? I'm going to ask you at the beginning of the interview and at the end. What advice would you give to a person that's getting in the industry? First of all, a person with no mechanical background or experience from what you've seen so far.
All right. Um, so personally, I I came out the womb with a wrench in my hand. So I can't say that I don't have that experience. But with that being said, I feel like you should all have started with it's so hard for me to fathom someone who doesn't have it because I it's just it's a part of me in the way that I live. But we're gonna get all that out the way. The main thing that you need if you want to do this and you have no mechanical skills, you're not mechanically inclined, you got to eliminate fear, and you got to eliminate you got to be comfortable being bad at something. If you're comfortable being bad at something and you're not scared and you got a YouTube account, you can learn whatever you want, or Google account. So I would just say don't be scared, and don't be scared to make mistakes, because you can't mess nothing up. Just work on your own. If you're scared to mess somebody else shit up, work on your own stuff. Work on your own stuff, and then just keep going like that. Work on your car, work on whatever, and then slowly and surely you'll learn and learn. I'm not an expert on everything, but just because I never have fear to go attack something. Start with a little project and then work your way up. Start a little carpenter job, whatever. It don't even gotta be an appliance repair. But once you fix something, or just randomly take something apart, and then once you fix something, more and more your confidence will build up job by job by job until where they get more and more complicated. If you scared to do that, work under somebody, find somebody. Well, shoot, even me with my mechanical skills, when I first came to I'm in Atlanta now. I jumped in a guy's car. I'm sure you're familiar with Kyle in Atlanta, because we don't read.
Uh-huh.
He showed me around, and he was like, oh, this is how we doing. You got the skills, but just to see, don't be scared to talk to people. Get out there, get your hands dirty. That's it. Yeah, that's the advice I would give for somebody
All
starting
right.
out
Well,
on mechanical
first
skills.
of great. First of all, shout out because we don't read. He is he supports everybody in the industry, and he on that hustling. You know, you talking about somebody. I be telling him he Jamaican and Haitian, because that dude got how many businesses going at one time? I'm
And
like,
he
bro,
got the moves for you too. We
I'm
working
trying to
together on other stuff. He got the moves.
exactly. Exactly. And I have a lot of respect for that. I remember I flew into Atlanta. He picked me up one time, you know, from the airport, welcomed me and all that good stuff. So definitely not only a young man that talks it, he walks it. So shout out to Because We Don't Read. And that's what I mean. I'm gonna have to get him on here for an interview. I'm calling him after this, and trust me.
Boy, he gonna
Like,
cuss
look,
me
Mr.
out.
Davis, you need to catch up. Yeah, but so let's stay in that vein though, talking about
Okay.
how you dropped out of your mom's womb with a wrench. I think this is imperative, this conversation. And because you're a young man, the reason why it's so important is because you know you would never believe how many women come to me and men ask about getting their kids interested in appliance repair in the industry. So you had a mechanical aptitude. And I always tell people, if you see a child that has a gift, let that child mature into that gift. Like me, I used to tell shit all the time. My mom used to look at me
Right.
like, really? Can you
Right.
like you better fix it? You better put it back together. You ain't about
Right.
nothing in this house. But I wanted to, I had that type of you know, I was inquisitive. So
Right.
what things happened with you in your life, and what would you recommend a parent that's really trying to figure out their child's aptitude and pointing them in a direction?
Okay. So for me, what was really big was we didn't. It was six of us. We didn't play sports, but like our Super Bowl every year was the science fair. And when we went to the science fair, we was on some like Dexter's Laboratory, Jimmy Neutron shit. Like we would come like I made a turbo jet one year. The next year, we was just on a different level. We were thinking like Tony Stark. We thought we were Tony Stark, and we would come and win every science fair, and we would just take them to school. Like that was our stuff. So I would say get involved in like little STEM programs. Science fair is really good. They got so much stuff out now, 3D printing, computer coding. It all ties together with STEM as long as you, oh, this is a good one because another passion of mine is agriculture. 4-H, they have a lot of stuff in 4-H that's mechanically inclined. So that's good. I didn't do that, but if I could go back to being a kid, I would do 4-H.
Yeah, they sleeping on 4-H because 4-H, look here, we in questionable
And you
times.
can make money with that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not to mention how much the government is giving microloans and
Right. Grants.
like
You don't even got to
farmer.
pay them back. All
I'm
that.
trying
Yeah.
to tell you, they better get with pro if they know like I know. But I agree
Right.
with that. And so, how did your parents provide an environment though? Because when you see six siblings that are all into the science, the math, you know, the STEM, the technical, all that type of stuff, there has to be a nourishing environment. That just don't happen.
Well, it started off like this. We was broke because the restaurant industry was hard and it wasn't going good. So when stuff broke, we wouldn't pay nobody to fix it. So we would fix it ourselves. And I never knew that, when you're a kid, you don't know what you're doing. You just know, all right, we changing the toilet. Or my dad also had rental properties. So we worked on rental properties. Little minor carpentry fixes, painting, shoot, anything that went wrong, we would just fix it. And then, my dad was always he was a hot rod guy, so he would always be tinkering. And you a man, come outside. You ain't no business in the house. So we would just always be handing them the wrenches. And I'll be honest, I probably took to it more than my other brothers. But we all got the aptitude if it come down to it, because at the end of the day, you got to be able to provide for yourself. And my dad always said, well, if it come down to it, you lose your job, you lose everything. You can change the toilet for $100
There you
and
go. There you
eat
go.
today. You might not be a millionaire, but you can eat today by working with your hands.
All right. So you don't have any sisters?
I got one sister. She's an artist.
Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So, this speaks volumes about a number of things because, first of all, we all know I pay homage to Tuskegee because we already know what that has done for our community. If anybody understand about Booker T. Washington and Mr. Carver, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that is the backbone. I mean, what George Washington Carver, 300 products from peanuts? You know
Right.
what I mean? At the
More
end
than
of the
that.
day, And
Right.
that's what people don't understand is not only that, I mean, his relationships and the things that he went through as a young man that people don't know. I would definitely advise everyone to go and study this
Up
genius.
from slavery, up from slavery.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think it's important because it speaks to the fact that, you know, people say what they want to say, but, you know, America was built on the backs of a certain group of people. And I think that we should be aware of that as we move in any space.
No, it's serious. I was talking to a friend of mine. I went to a car show this morning. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was discussing that what happened in the education system to where, you know, there's no entrepreneurs, or how has the system failed us. And what happened was in integration and pre-integration, up from the time we got out of slavery to integration, we had all the skilled trades. You couldn't tell us no, wasn't no certification, wasn't no union. We had all the skilled trades, and he had to create all of these different aspects to block us out, block us out. Then when we got to integration, they took VOTEC and art programs out to schools. And so then those programs moved to the colleges, but even now the colleges are doing the same thing. So you got to either go to a tech school, or your college degree is not as powerful as a tech degree now, because it's all about the skills.
And I agree with that. But
Yeah.
see, this is the key though. I'm one of those people, like the reason why I created Tech to Titan with my business partners, Terry, the electrician, and Lamar of Appliance Professionals of Louisville, is because we saw a gap. Like when we came up into appliance repair, which is, I came in it and, you know, started learning about it in 2019, did start implementing 2020, and I was still working my corporate job. And when I found out about it, there were so many things, even though with my extensive corporate background and my mechanical aptitude, I put systems in place because that's what I knew. You follow me? And I saw so many things in the industry that were lacking for people, you know, coming in. And I'm not knocking the industry because it's like any other industry. It was structured on certain things, certain systems, you know, but the bottom line in 2022, there's no excuse for anyone not to have the education or access. So what I'm going to do is definitely put a beacon call out to all appliance repair professionals. You know, if each one of us just took one kid or one person and train them, we could change America. This is a fact, because the trades, America is built on the trades, period. There's a reason why they call the trades the blue collar millionaires. So right now, you know, we are in talks with the state of Florida, developing an apprenticeship program, but at the same time, we're working on a SEAL system program, focusing on R600, because the way I think is, I don't care what they did last year. What I care about is what's coming in the future. And my mind moves that way. So let's be prepared. I feel that particularly all of us coming out of ABC, we have a responsibility because Mike gave it to us. And we have taken it and morphed it into our own situations. But I feel like we owe it to give it to others. You follow me? But only to people who are pre-qualified. You already know I'm not with the free 99. And the only reason I'm not with the free 99 is because initially it was something I used to do, and I started watching people.
They won't appreciate it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and they won't apply it because
some people who pay not applying it, unfortunately.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm not about re-raising grown folks, but what I am about is providing opportunities and monetizing them, because that's just being an adult and a real business person. See, everybody else won't say it, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. So my whole goal ultimately is create major nationwide training programs and to be able to feed not just the mom and pops, but the major manufacturers, because we understand that there's a drought. So the first one that gets to that and supply and provides that type of training support on all levels, whether it be urban, rural, metropolitan, whatever, because at the end of the day, we're going to have to fix this. Now, people talk about the refugees coming in, people coming in. These are the people, like I know for a fact, I have a Ukrainian student. His father is a pilot. His father on his downtime was doing appliance repair because they always had some kind of trade, which I thought was wild to me, because in my brain it didn't hit. Then I said, oh, have you forgotten? Remember when the brothers in the neighborhood They daddy had a regular job, then he had 2 or 3 side hustles. Same thing with the mama working at night, working in the morning as a domestic and a nurse at night. I mean, this is real life.
Man, when you
This is
listen
what
to
the
some of
family.
those stories about, I listened to a story my dad talking about his father, and he was a police officer, but then he drove buses, and then he served. You know, people say you've been served. He served papers, and man, it's like, man, when did he sleep? They didn't sleep.
They didn't sleep,
They
but they
didn't sleep.
yeah, but they took pride in the fact of being able to provide for their families, not having to ask for a handout. And those are the
They
people.
weren't taking no credit. They weren't taking no loans back then. Yeah, no.
Exactly, and and we that's what we need to be showcasing. And there are people that still do that today. I was just watching a documentary with Don Peoples, worth 700 million. They were talking about the upper black class, and capitalism and things of that nature, and these entrepreneurs and millionaires. So at the end of the day, it has to do with your steps, your foundation, and the circle of people you surround yourself. I mean, a lot of young men like you who have friends who are in real estate, trucking, whatever, and they all little millionaires, and they still, looking cool and all this other stuff, but they're exchanging ideas, like the young man out of some urban city up north. They call him the young mogul. I think
Okay,
his name
I
is
haven't heard
Miguel.
of it.
But at the end of the day, we can shine in all areas. The key is we just need to be professional about it, and we need to put systems in place so that we're not the only ones. And that's my goal. So with
Right.
that said, let me put the spotlight back on you. Now, what were some of the initial challenges you felt when you first started the appliance repair business?
Okay. Initial challenges. Now I'm still dealing with some of these initial challenges,
I got you.
but one of the major ones I'm dealing with is automation. Not understanding in the beginning that it does take time to schedule and time management of when am I scheduling my jobs. One, how can I automate schedule my jobs? Two, then we have the window time of time between jobs on gas. How much of this gas is cutting into my profits? Just
Exactly.
even thinking like that. And I haven't solved some of these issues, but I'm just being, this is where my
Okay.
mind is at right
I
now.
got you.
Yeah. What else? Dealing with dispatchers and them taking fees out of your pocket to even
Exactly.
try to get to the money
Exactly.
before you do. Because I started on. Are you familiar with the appliance repairman?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I don't subscribe to them, but I'm familiar with them, that they
I
set the job and take a specific cutout from
Yeah,
the.
I started with them just because it was taking me too long to get a warranty come. I
Mhm,
first started, and I was like, all right, I need to get some money. I need to learn this, and it was the best way for me to learn. But I got burned a few times with them, and so
mhm,
now that my warranty company has built up and it's starting to flow a little more,
mhm,
I'll do majority warranty work, and then as that
mhm,
builds up, I will do specific time jobs if I know what it is before just
mhm.
by the description. If I don't know about the description, I don't deal with it
Okay,
because
I
it's
got
easy to
you.
get burnt on them. Not necessarily from the company, just the type, the customer profile is not
Exactly.
the best, or it's no control for the customer profile. You might be in the lowest of lows one day, and next
Uh-huh.
day
Yeah,
you in a mansion. It just
exactly.
is no way to control it.
Yeah, well, this is why we have the Tech to Titan course, because what we see is a lot of people take some of the basic courses, and because they're not exposed on the business acumen side of actually applying. Like, I always call my appliance repair business a boutique business. And the reason is because I work with who I want when I want. And I am very strategic. You watch my videos, what I'm always saying: strategy, strategy, strategy. So I
Yes.
work with a specific clientele. I work on specific appliances. And 99% of the time, I could do 1 day completions. At the same time, my price points are never questioned. From the beginning, my tickets were always priced properly. And that's another thing. A lot of times when I'm personally coaching people, I have to get their pricing at the right place, help them to
Mm,
understand margins, and then
yeah.
help them do a blueprint in their area of where to cover. We research the highest per capita income zip codes, but not just that, we also research the appliances in those particular areas because there's always a demand. Like prime example, in my area, there's still people who don't do LG and Samsung. And see, this is one reason why when you hear me talk about the seal systems, I focus on the R600. Wherever there's a deficit, that is a key to business. If you can
Right.
master a deficit or an
Where the
area
need, you got to go where the need is,
where the need is, but then you gotta study your craft and be on top of it.
and you got to be top of mind in that niche.
Exactly. And
Right.
and prime example is I was talking to somebody about something, how I kept telling people, you know, excuse me, they can do just dryers and make $1 million. It's like a franchise. If you do dryers and you do, say you focus on Samsung and LG dryers and don't mess around and do the LG gas dryers. I don't know why people scared of them, but at the end of the day, there are things that people aren't going to touch because in their mind, they're afraid. But if you follow safety steps, you know how to play this game and win. So that's what I tell people. Go and look at what people can't get fixed. And then see if you feel like you have the skill set to deal with it. And if you don't have it, how long will it take you to ramp up? What area are you in, Mr. Davis?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, in
What
South
part?
Atlanta.
Did you
East
say?
Point,
Oh,
East Point
okay.
College Park, kind of right by the
Oh, yeah.
airport. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a house in Jefferson Park many years
Okay.
ago, about 25 years ago. Yeah, I know that area well. Last time I was in Atlanta, I was in Alpharetta, but right before that, I lived in Eagles Landing, and then I
Okay.
moved out to Alpharetta. But I know that area well. So, for instance, in your case, the thing I would focus on, since you're in East Point, you got a couple of things going on. All right. So in East Point, I remember when I sold my house, they were gentrifying Jefferson Park at that time. And then we moved over to Niskey Lake and then John Deere Laws and you know what I mean? But the reality is that you want to find out where your niche is. So prime example, you can always go south to places that are underserved, like Fairburn, Peachtree City. Now, I know the area because of what I'm telling you. Who is servicing Peachtree City? Because you have older clientele out there, number one. So they're very patient with you. You understand? They're very understanding. And if you could just look at that market, I would be focusing on Peachtree City. I'll be going down to Fairburn, of course, Eagles Landing, places south that are underserved because ain't nobody out there. I wouldn't recommend Griffin, if you know what I mean. But I would definitely do Fairburn and places like that because, see, you're a young man, so you can plot those areas that way. Then you can come. I mean, there's so many places in Atlanta that are so underserved. I mean, I'm telling you, so many that are underserved because the problem with the appliance repair, in my personal opinion, is Atlanta, is that people want to focus on one area and shoot out zip codes. They don't study the zip codes. They don't focus on the zip code. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do pro referral, okay, which is Home Depot, right?
Okay.
Once you get into Home Depot, most people don't understand that you can go into those zip codes. You follow me?
Can you running me a little fast?
Oh no, I'm gonna
I
demonstrate
need this
because we're gonna give everybody some game right now.
Right. Can you tap in on, you said pro referral with Home Depot? What is it? Is that a program
I'm
or what is
pulling
it?
it up right now. Can you see?
Okay, awesome.
You see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna give you, and this is an example of what I go through when I'm coaching people, because I'm extremely thorough and I record everything so they can have it. So I'm gonna give you a couple of gems on camera and more off camera, because you know how I am. So prime example, so this is my pro referral, right? So if you look here, this is through Home Depot. So what you do is you go to Home Depot and sign up, right? Whatever you do when you sign up for Home Depot, do not put your targeted zip code in East Point. Put your zip code in the underserved areas that you can get to within the hour. You understand? You don't want to be in Atlanta traffic. You don't want to be in that drama. You want to go out and Fairburn, Noonan, places like that that are underserved. You understand? You grab those zip codes. So I'm going to show you. Let me just go in here real quick. Fairburn. I don't know how far that is for you.
But not too far. Maybe like 20 minutes at the most.
So,
not really. Yeah.
So what we're going to do, this is how my brain works. So I would do growing suburbs. south of Atlanta, okay? Because this
Okay.
is how my mind, I'm an analyst, like I'm a real boss, business boss. So my brain thinks like this. So growing suburbs south of Atlanta. So what this is going to tell you is the population growth. When you see population growth, you see a couple of things. Okay. You see new construction and you see houses that were built and that have been sold. So you see this right here. Now you see this is just suburbs in Atlanta. See that Peachtree City right now?
Right.
This is south. This is the only one that's showing south, but I gotta expand it. I'm sure it shows more. You see these other ones, Avondale and States, you know that's Decatur. Johns Creek is up by on 400 Alpharetta, but you see Decatur and Roswell, Sandy Springs. You see these how they're listed. So what you
Mhm.
want to do is you want to find right here. See how it's giving you the home right here near Atlanta. I ain't never heard of Milton. Somebody schooled me on Milton. How about I never heard of them? But look at the value of the homes. You might need to find, we need to find out where Milton, Georgia is, because I had never heard of them. Figure this out. Where is Milton? They done made up a new city on them.
Oh, it's a little
Oh,
further than that makes sense.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you see where it is though. That makes sense because it's outside of Silicon Valley, because Alpharetta is considered almost Silicon Valley. So
Right.
there it is, right there. But that's on the opposite direction of where you are.
Yeah.
A student out here, but they need to be focusing on Milton because you see the house medium there, right?
Hmm.
Houses are $500,000. That's the regular, the standard across the board price of the house. That's crazy. And then you got Decatur, Peachtree City, Beaufort. Where's Beaufort at? Oh, that's out there too. See, all that stuff is north. Sugar Hill, all that stuff is north. But like I said, you got Fairborn down there. You got Peachtree.
Fayetteville, Riverdale.
I'm gonna go Peachtree City. Cause see, you'll be a big fish in a small pond on there. You feel me?
Right.
Because what I'm trying to think is, I'm trying to put you where you don't have to go through that 285 in Atlanta. So see right here, this person right here, Mr. J's Appliance Repair. See, it's only one appliance person. You see, no competition, bro. They only got 7 reviews.
Wow.
Now, do you understand how a boss think? That's how you think. You get your strategy together and then you go attack that market. So what you want to do is look and see distance from, because this is where the gas can come in. Point to Peachtree City. Why do I know so much about Peachtree City? I used to work when I was a welder. I used to work for Yamaha out that way.
Okay.
Let's see. 32 minutes, bro.
Ain't bad.
Now look, let me tell you some other areas you want to hit though. Now that I'm looking at this map, now my brain can think. So what you want to do is take Peachtree City and you want to take that zip code, all the zip codes for Peachtree City. So you go in here, you go Peachtree City, and this is everything you do. Any kind of targeting you do, even with your home warranty. See, that's where people be sleeping. This is what the real game is. And I'm telling you, Darian, Mr. Clark will tell you this. And I'm gonna shout out David from Daybreak Appliance Repair and DCNF. Because the beautiful part about this is nobody's covering that in warranty. So every warranty thing they get, you feel me? It'll go to you. That's how you want to do business. And that's why people pay me. Because you see
Now,
how
should I redo my whole warranty map or just add these to the list I already got?
you add them to it. And then let me tell you, what warranty company are you working with?
I got First American right now.
Okay, all right. So we got to get you on Old Republic, American Home Shield.
Man, I just put in application, well, not application, but been calling and putting in the online one, but I need a contact.
You need contacts, man. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna personally work with you, and we're gonna come back and share your progress with the world. Because see, one thing, I don't mind working with people that own it. You follow me? But now you see how my brain works, though. That's that boss piece. Because you gotta have that strategy. So let's go back to Pro Referral, though. Okay. So right here in Pro Referral, it'll show you once you get in. This is the account, right? This is me. And then what you do is you go into your occupation game, right? It gives you the option of doing handyman, appliance repair, blah, 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 right? So let me just show you. See how that's handyman right there?
Mm-hmm.
Appliance professional. Now, because I am a diva, I only work on specific things. I'm
Right.
doing nothing that I gotta break. I ain't doing no labor. Not me. Not like that. No manual labor. Now I have techs that work for me. So subcontractors that work with me. So when I get certain jobs, I just give them to them and get a piece of the pie. But you see, I selected all this, but I want you to see something. I'm gonna open it up so you can see how many options they have. I don't know if you can see
Wow.
all that.
Yeah.
Range hood, gas range installation. I don't do any installations because I see a lot of guys, like I have friends that do them and they be looking for help. And like one of my friends,
I was gonna ask you that because I honestly I don't want to mess with installation. I like the repair side. Installation, I don't like that because that ain't what I do. That's
yeah,
somebody simple. That ain't no skill to do that to me.
exactly. But at the same time, if someone does it, there's nothing wrong with doing them, but you better have a system in place where you turn it because you don't make as much.
But and also it's just got one guy right now. Now, if I had a fleet of people, that's something else. I'm not saying I can't expand. I'm talking about with the here and now though.
But you want to deal with yourself and what you have in this realm now, and then you want to
Right.
scale it by putting systems in place right now where you are that can be ramped up. You follow me?
Yes.
So that's the way you want to do that. So once again, as you can see, I only have the ones that I personally boom, 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 knock out myself. And that's how that's set up. Now, the other thing I want to show you though, this is the part people be sleeping on because they don't pay attention to details. See, most people will go in, and when they go in and put their information in, they don't change their targets. So prime example, when you go into occupations, the target areas are down here. See the work area?
Yeah.
Right here. So if I want to go in here, let me pull this in real quick.
Oh, I see.
See, it will expand, and you see that zip code? I put this zip code right here, right in one place. You see how it's 35 miles? Well, this is what mess up because
you put 15 and that's 30 because you're doing radius, not diameter.
Yeah, but I'm doing it a little deeper than that. Watch this.
Really?
See how you can customize? What you do is you open this up. You see what it just said? You see how it's breaking it? And then let's see how certain areas I don't have checked because I'm not going to be working in those areas.
And then also, this is how you do your scheduling because you got one zip code. Now you can do the county or the city and say, I'm here this day, I'm here this day, I'm here this day. And now you're scheduling easy.
Yeah. Now, what I use for my scheduling, I use WorkEase. And the reason
I got WorkEase.
And so did you see my video with them?
I started watching it, but I need to go back and watch it because I think you got one or two with them. You got a few with them, don't you?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
But what I'm saying is you have to understand the reason why I push WorkEase. Some people feel like it's expensive, but they're in bed with everybody, meaning that on the back end, when you want to get into the payroll, get into QuickBooks, all that other stuff, it's already integrated in there because they are a true IT company, like true IT. And the best piece about it is they will send out notifications to let people know 2 hours in advance that you're coming. You can change what the customer sees. You can send an ETA while you're en route and you can adjust. So your thing is that you need to have two, like a lot of guys, they'll do like an 8 to 12 window and a 1 to 5. I do 2 hour blocks because I have to stay disciplined. If I give my ass an 8 to 12 hour window, I'm gonna be dragging for the first couple hours and then I'll speed up and look like an idiot. I mean,
just when I started out, I would do 3 a day. I do 9 to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 6. Now I just thought I was talking like literally this week. I was like, man, I could add a 7 to 9. I was literally thinking the 2 hour window. And how many jobs does that give you a day?
Well, you got to realize the way I work a little different because I work anywhere from 5 to 7 jobs a day, but then I am scheduling everything for the subcontractors to work for me.
Okay.
So like say for instance, if I go look at LG this morning and it needs to be handled, then I make sure that the paperwork and everything is with let me just go in here real quick. I'm gonna see if I can go in because all my stuff is done. So it's probably blank, but I'm gonna try to go back to a date. Let me go in the month. The thing I like about it is because of the way. So let's just look at this day here. I'm gonna open up this one right here. This is the 10th.
Man, this ain't nothing but God right here.
Yeah. So what you'll see is my stuff is 2 hours. So see the 9/11. I'm trying to get to that day. Let me get to the date. Day is the 10th. So I'm gonna go. Because what you'll see is the way mine is structured. I structure mine in such a way where I like 2-hour blocks, but I might just put 1 hour on my screen. The customer is gonna know it's 2-hour blocks. And then I do my stuff with ProConnect and with my warranty companies. You follow me? I work with all the different platforms and I merge them all into WorkEase. That's what I love about WorkEase.
Oh, as far as the parsing, when you get the job in, it's already parsed for WorkEase. We talked about I had a trainer, I talked about that. I haven't set it up yet, but I hear what you're saying. So where
Yes.
once you get those emails in, it's going directly to your schedule or going directly to somewhere where you can pull it into your schedule.
Yeah, so let me show you my website real quick. This is my company website. It's coming up now.
I'm taking notes too, so.
All right. Don't forget, this is recorded, so it goes to you. Everybody's going to see a live consultation. This is interesting. But if you look right here, you'll see laser appliance repair, one-stop shop. Now look how clean my site is. See that 2021 Thumbtack Top Pro? And I don't even use Thumbtack at this point. But you know, I am the kind of person that utilize what I need to get to the next level. So prime example, Thumbtack, I'm not a big fan of, but I knew how to work that system. I got the reviews I needed, enough to put on the site and to get that ranking. You follow me? So you'll notice on here, you always hear people hear me say I don't get wet. You'll notice there's no washers or dishwashers on here. You'll see refrigerator ice maker, range and wall oven, dryer, and Miele coffee maker. And the reason why I have Miele coffee maker is because I make a lot of money off those because nobody works on them here. You follow me? And I structured it. So this is my site. People can schedule their own appointments. You know, these are my reviews here. You know, and these are authentic reviews that are on Google that they merged. And the company that I use for my site is GoSite. Shout out to Geo, one of my mentees. So the game is you got to have a plan. And you got to make sure when you're the only one answering the phone, you want to make sure things are funneled a certain way. And you want to take on the jobs you can do and do well and 1 day complete or 2 day complete. Because you want to control your windows because that's your cash flow. Like in my course and in my classes and coaching, and I talk about things like business credit, building those things, because at the end of the day, when you're using your personal cash flow, you know, my business is basically debt free at this point. You understand? But it's only debt free because of the structure I built before I got into it and while I was in it. Now it's not like we don't have close times, but I'm always watching that dollar. That's why when y'all see me out in the field, I'm not necessarily out there because I have to be. I'm out there because I want to be and I have goals. You follow me? I have techs that work with me, subcontractors. I want to constantly keep them fed. At the same time, I'm feeding the business and building the revenue. You follow me? Because from revenue stream, that's where your credit comes from. That's where your loans is. I mean, that's just the whole
Question. When building your business credit, the step one, tier one, you have to have at least like 5 to 6 net 30 trade lines. Who did you use for your trade lines?
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you, I think I got something in here that gives you.
I'm using one guy, I forget the name of it, but my cash flow isn't up enough to consistently support it. So I kind of chilled out on that. So I am focused on cash flow right now.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna tell you how to play this game because you got to get gas every day. So you need to make sure you get a company gas card. It's not as hard as you think. Sometimes it depending on how your personal situation is as far as your personal credit. If you don't have personal credit, you can still get it, but you might have to pay $250 down to start it. And the reason is every 7 days those gas cards report to Dun and Bradstreet and to Experian. See,
okay.
Keep forgetting about the other ones, but this is why, like I said, I do the consults because it's not as hard as you think. as far as your business credit, you want to get something with Quill. Okay. No,
You said something with what? It broke up.
hold on, let me do this right here. You want to do nav.com first.
I got that.
All right. So, and are you paying for it or is it free?
I'm paying for it.
All right. So that's a trade line. Number one. That's your first.
Right. They said that's two. I think that consists of two.
Yeah, because it's hitting two different reports. The other thing is though, is that the thing you do with NAV is you can go in and look at the printout of your Dun & Bradstreet and see what you need. So then after that, you get Quill.
Okay, that's what it was.
All right. And the thing with Quill is during the pandemic, they stopped reporting for a while because of delivery and other issues. So like, I'm going to show you prime example. This is Quill. Because I have 5 different businesses, I have 5 different lines with them. So I'm building my business credit 5 times the normal. You follow me? But that was by design, because when I first started doing it, I wanted to, if I messed up with one, I would try something different with a new one, the next one. And that's how I maintained and got all the knowledge that I have now. So the other one you want to have, these are ones that everybody know, but I'm going to give you some more. This is Uline. You got to make sure.
Yeah. Okay. And I had Crown. I got the one I did was with Crown.
Yeah. See, I don't use Crown. Okay.
Okay.
But I use Quill, Uline. And let me tell you, Quill, I buy all my paper for my printers, like if I need pens, whatever. So these are minor purchases that are over $50, and that that ain't gonna hurt you. And you
Right.
can consistent, and then that's just you, because you're gonna buy this stuff anyway.
Right.
Like even I bought stuff like I needed a Ziploc bag. I got like a big thing of those. So that's what I did with that. Uline, I get all my toilet tissue. I get all my all that stuff from here. And the reason I do this because you're gonna buy toilet tissue and paper towels. So why not I'm a big proponent of making your money work for you. All right.
Right.
The next thing you want to do is you want to get Supply Works. Supply Works is actually Home Depot Industrial. And the thing with Supply Works, you want to get that because they will give you a card. They'll start you with a $500,000 to $5,000 limit. That card they give you, you can walk right into Home Depot and use it. It's like a Home Depot credit card, but it's an actual charge card for Home Depot. Now, what people sleeping on is this, and I'm going to give you a piece that people don't talk about. Now, you realize Home Depot is
Oh, this is about to get turned.
all right, so you see right here, Home Depot, let me get in here. Home Depot owns other companies. So these other companies that Home Depot own, you can get credit with them and they will report as different, see Interline Brands, these right here, they report HD Supply. HD Supply got more GE parts than GE got. The reason why Supply has more parts is because HD Supply is a wholesale distributor of repair and maintenance operations. So they supply things for apartment complexes. So when most apartment complexes you go in, they have GE equipment. All right. So Home Depot, I can go to HD Supply and get parts that I can't get from GE because of the storage they have.
Wow.
At the same time, you can get a credit limit with them. The same way you got it through it. So I would do HD Supply. I would get Interline Brands. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And now let me give you one that everybody be sleeping on. This is a big one. Floor & Decor. I was talking to one of my roundtable guys about this. Reason you want to get a credit line with them, they start you with 5,000 to 10,000. The reason why you want this is because you know how everybody has this right here, because I have one, their air sled, right?
Okay.
That you can buy something similar to Floor & Decor. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to show it to you. It's called Crane. Let me see if that's going to come up in here. But what I'm saying is that anything you need from, like I buy silicone, all kinds of stuff. They got stuff to keep you from scuffing up the floor when you're moving appliances, all kinds of things. You know, telling you, people are sleeping. But Floor & Decor, is definitely one that they sleep on. Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure that you get into that right there, because your whole deal is, I mean, and there's many more. That's not the only thing. Let me see, I think I have some more here. But there's so many you can get in, because, let me see, let me see, I think I got a checklist. I just gotta go into my stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna send this to you and work with you on a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, you know how you were talking about that? We offer a Tech to Titan ride along. And I just finished the video for it, so I'm gonna let you see it real quick. Welcome to the Tech to Titan ride along experience. This experience was created because a group of us got together and thought about all the things we wish we had experienced when we got into our own repair businesses. You know, because appliance repair is a really multifaceted business, we felt the need to come together and create something called the Tech to Titan ride along experience. So in the following slides, it'll give you detailed information about when you purchase this experience, what to expect. See how much Titan Ride Along program is 3 days with different appliance repair companies. The appliance repair companies each have their own strategy regarding the types of customers they target and brands of appliances they work on. The goal of this ride along is to provide you with how companies can create their own niche in the appliance repair field. This will allow you to formulate your own strategy for your business based on what you observe. Additionally, you will learn best practices for your daily workflow and observe how to build confidence with your customers. What to expect. Participants will be paired with companies in the Fort Lauderdale, Florida area. It is recommended to fly into the Fort Lauderdale airport, obtain a hotel in the local area. Please contact us and we can suggest some hotels that may provide discounted rates for participants. Additionally, you will need to rent a car to be able to meet with the companies you will be riding along with. You may need to meet the technicians at the customer's homes and follow the technician to each job in your vehicle, so your own rental car will be essential. Be prepared for long days. You may need to leave your hotel as early as 5:30 to reach your first job, depending on the location. There is no specific time. The end time will be determined by the last job of the day. Welcome to the real world, people. Be prepared at all times. Be prepared to cover long driving distance during the day. There may be a significant amount of driving depending on where the customers are for that particular day. Here in South Florida, we cover several regions. So this is one reason we want to make sure everyone's aware and that you're ready. Get ready to get down here and get ready to grind. If you want to see the secret sauce, you got to be willing to work for people. Dress appropriately for the ride along. You will be going into customers' homes and representing the companies that you will be riding along with. So no street clothes. Please wear boots and work uniform attire. If you do not already have work clothes for your business, please purchase a set of Dickies uniform or similar type and wear those during the ride along. There will be a daily check-in with Ms. Ward on the days you are riding along with other companies. These are opportunities to discuss what you have learned with her and for her to answer any of your questions. True. You know, the gentlemen and ladies that you'll be riding with are extremely versed. They're actually parts of my personal roundtable, and they are some of the best businessmen and women I've ever met. They go to business seriously. They play no games, and they get results. But they all have different strategies. Some are 100% COD, some are 50% warranty, 50% COD, and some are 90% warranty. But they all know how to get that check to the bank, and they do phenomenal jobs. And they have an extensive customer base because their ability to step up and serve and fix the appliance right the first time. So make sure you come on down and be ready to learn, earn, and burn. You know how we do. prepare for this ride along, the more you will get out of it. Once again, you always hear me telling you to pull as much as you can out of your instructors. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to ride with some of the most cutting edge business owners I know that dominate in their markets. So please be prepared to come down and grind and learn as much as you can. Once those ride-alongs are finished, you will definitely maintain relationships with the people you rode with, because these guys and girls are invested in your future and your success. Make a list of all your appliance repair business questions you would like answered. There will be a debrief on the final day to answer all your questions. Additionally, there will be time between jobs to answer questions. There will be a recorded review to go over your experience. We will discuss each ride along, your takeaways, and resolve any questions that were not addressed during your ride along experience with the individual business owners. Our aim is to improve this experience exponentially and to serve our students to the utmost level. Facts. So with that said, that's a brief overview of the ride along. If you have any other questions, feel free. All right, so basically that's our ride along. And so then, you know, you'll see me upload that video to YouTube along with the reviews from the different ride along students. You know, they're a part of the Tech to Titan program. So like I said, there's a way we all go to business differently. Let me see. This here is Tech to Titan. Should be coming up here. See right here? The thing.
Yeah, this is it right here.
So I'm gonna send you a copy of this, okay?
Awesome.
All right. And it'll go everything. And like I said, there's a book that goes with it, a workbook. There's a lot. Like I said, we came to do business. We don't play.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
we bring it for real. For real, for real. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop sharing. But this is kind of what is included in the different consultations. And that's why I offered, I'm gonna bring this up here. You probably noticed it when you looked at my Calendly link. And you know, the thing about that was people used to call, ask me so many questions, and I just sat down one day and just did a list. And I said, okay, because my time is like right now, I'm talking to you, we're having a great time. But the reality is that my time, because the businesses I run and what I have to do, there's the Tech to Titan ride along, the initial consulting, the one-man shop, how to streamline your business, how to structure it, how to maximize your service call profitability. Are you ready to grow? How to get leads and maintain them? Privatize your warranty, because a lot of people don't know how to bill warranty properly so they can get paid the max, and how to use those systems, how to properly pregame for service calls, profit first for appliance repair, tighten it, you know what that is. How to properly subcontractors, how to get experience, get unstuck, you know, stuff like that. Government contracting, because this is everything we do.
Right.
And this all came from, shout out to Mike Sneed, Appliance Bootcamp. It's just, I took it and did this with it. You follow me? Because this is how my brain works. So the sky's the limit. You know, I expect you guys to do a lot more than me, you know, a lot more than me. I'm just, you know, at this point in the game.
I'm just soaking it all up. I'm just honored to be even considered for the podcast, but I'm just here absorbing knowledge. I'm listening twice as much as I speak. So
yeah, but this is what we're supposed to do. See, we can do it who actually know what to do with it.
Right.
Got everybody out here. You got a lot of people think it's a hustle, and then they wonder why they can't be consistent in everything they do, how they move, and it all starts with you. You know.
Right.
You see me moving these lights around. I can't stand this. Hey, but you know I'm a novice. I'm okay with it. At least I know. Yeah. So anyway, so like I said, you're a young man starting out in the game. So there's so many opportunities. Like the way I go to business, 99% of people don't go to business the way I do. They might do some facet of it, but I always think outside the box because number one, I'm female. So I got to think my way around certain things that you guys might push through and break it. I'm not trying.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think, okay, how is this designed? What's the best way to get in and out with the least ramifications? And,
Right.
before I go to every repair, I visualize the repair. I think about the tools I need to take in. I have portfolio uh, tool books that I have the drill, everything in place. Like for my Samsung repairs, I got one kit for that. Because I'm really about being
I
precise.
see what you're saying. You have a specific kit for the specific job. Like if it's a built-in microwave, you got a lift table or the stilts and your meter and everything you need for that lined up.
Exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
I got you.
And see, like with microwaves, I only work on the double oven ones, meaning that I'm not going to work on one over the range because my microwave,
Man, man, that's a rough job too. People think that's just easy. That's a rough
well,
job.
people don't charge for it properly because the reality, if you're not charging between 350 to 550 for a microwave, then
It ain't worth it.
and then on top of that, they've doubled the price on the magnetrons. I mean, like
Wow.
getting serious. And when you
Right.
understand that, there are a lot of great microwave companies that offer microwave parts. There's a place out of Texas, there are like two or three of them, and they're cheaper, and because they understand the generic part of it. But at the end of the
Right.
day, structure your business accordingly. Because the beautiful thing about microwaves, Americans have become spoiled. They will pay, look, I'm in South Florida. People pay me $700 to fix the ice maker. Literally. Just
Wow.
it's like AC, they gotta have ice. So with microwaves, it's the same way. So when you deal with a microwave that's part of a double oven, that's a whole different situation because for them to replace that combination, they're looking at anywhere from $35 to $5,500 easy. So
Right.
and most people they live in the microwave. People ain't
Right.
so you
Right.
gotta understand your market, read your customer, and make it work for you.
Now I got a question. As far as the your sealed systems, how would you, because I'm not sealed system yet. I
Uh-huh.
haven't been doing it. How would you break into that and start doing that? Because my vision for my business is, at least on the retail side, I want to niche and target towards kitchen equipment. And
Okay.
the big thing with restaurants is that commercial kitchen, that is, but big thing with restaurants is they do have commercial ice machines, commercial refrigerators, and I know if I'm in the space doing their ovens, eventually their oven and freezer gonna be out at the same time, and I need to be able to service that, but I want to come at it correctly and not half stepping, pretty much.
Okay, there's a couple of things. I recommend you follow Windy City. Windy City is a commercial appliance repair company. They have great videos online. Also, you should develop a relationship with Hobart. The gentleman that is the service manager for Hobart and the hiring manager on my end is Nick. And the reason I'm saying that is that if you're going to get into cooking equipment or commercial equipment, I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else on everything else. Find the high end, find the niche, because they are looking for young men like you to take to service their brands.
Okay.
You want to make sure you focus on out of network jobs because they may have techs that cover certain areas, but guys that may not go out to Peachtree City or wherever, because all these places have restaurants.
Right.
I mean, I'm telling you, David does a phenomenal job. He services a lot of restaurants on the food and beverage side, where he's dealing with the soda machines
The fountain machine, soda fountains.
and then the water dispensers. Like he's got a whole contract to service these specialized water treatment systems, and he's killing it over here in Florida. So like I said, develop your relationships with people. That's why I like when people go on the ride along because they develop relationships with these guys, and these guys reach out and help and hook them up with American Home Shield where they at, or get them in the door because they have such great relationships with the reps.
Right. I'm looking up Hope. Is it Hope Bars?
It's here. I'll show you.
Okay.
They are a subsidiary of ITW. If I were you, I'd go straight to ITW. But I didn't say that. Okay. The reason I say I'm all about the parent company. People be looking at the name they know. Find the name you don't know and go talk to them because they really starving. Okay. So ITW Food Equipment owns everybody. Watch this. Wait till you see me expand it. So the thing with Hobart, they service Norwegian Airlines. So their technicians are on cruise ships. This is Hobart here. See it?
Mm-hmm.
They have Vulcan, Trolson, Baxter, Bonnet, Foster. Let me tell you something. You see all these brands you know nothing about?
Mm-hmm. It's a reason.
There's a reason. And those are brands you need to find. Trust me. Like this one here, where is it at? There was one I was just looking at out right here. People be sleeping on board. They need to get with the program. For 100 years, Vulcan has been recognized throughout the world for top quality, energy efficient commercial food. Let me tell you something. If people are buying this caliber equipment, they definitely not going to, they're not going to have a problem paying for them.
Paying for it, right.
Not only service but maintain. See, the game with commercial is getting the maintenance contracts or being the service provider for them. This is what I mean about talking to people who think out the box. You probably haven't heard anything we discussed from anybody else in your appliance circle, literally, you know, because I think differently. I think like a corporate boss, like I'm supposed to. That way I can move accordingly and I can advise people accordingly. So you got any other questions for me?
Oh man.
Gotta get this free console because I'm gonna be the only one getting
Right. Let me see. I asked about the seal system. I asked about the commercial.
Getting back to the seal systems, please become familiar with what seal systems are used in commercial because they're different. People say they're the same. Some are the same, the older ones, but a lot of the newer ones aren't. They got modern technology. I mean,
Right.
and let me tell you something that you need to look into. This is something I'm gonna put this out here again because I told people this in 2019, and they call me for jobs all the time. This is something everybody's sleeping on right here, and they give training, great training. You know,
Yeah, that's what somebody was telling me. Go to the brand and get the free training from the brand.
yeah, and that's why you see the brand that's in demand.
Right.
Got in. See this right here? This is Bosch. Bosch has a contractor account for their geothermal equipment. All right, so Bosch, you want to sign up with them because they offer training. Let me see, see, people always think about Bosch and the small appliances. They need to be thinking about the geothermal appliances. That's the water heaters, the generators, stuff like that, because they have a big push on those water heaters, the electronic ones. That's where you want to go. Because they offer training. They have something called, actually called ABC. And they have their own training where they provide training online and will certify you to go service their equipment. Because they don't have enough people. Nobody thinks about geothermal because they're slow. They think the plumbers are the only ones that's handling those tanks.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Bosch, let me see. I'm going to look it up here because in fact, if you go to YouTube, they have their stuff on YouTube too. And they will sign you up as a contractor. And it's easier than people think. When I tell you these people are on point, see, look at that. You see this right here? Look where Bosch is going. HVAC. This is what I mean. For boiler training, all this stuff. Look at these courses. This is what I tell people. They sleeping. You got to go where nobody is and kill it. See this tankless?
Oh, that's the continual heat.
Yeah. They got all that training. All you got to do is become a
and I'm going to be honest with you. Ain't nobody in appliance boot camp ever seen a tankless hot water heater. You ain't probably seen one of those in the house. So you know it's high end. Those are in high end house.
That's what I'm trying to
So they going to pay.
Exactly. And not only going to pay, the manufacturer's going to pay you to service them because those customers ain't playing with them.
Right.
So they expect it to work. And this is what I mean about people need to wake up, wake
This
up.
the boutique part you talking about. This
That's
is
what I'm
the
trying to tell you.
boutique.
Pick and
Yeah.
choose with you and go where the dollars are. Now, hopefully somebody's gonna watch this video and make it to this part and get this game. Because if they watching this video and get the game, you know, they in there.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, they even have snippets of the courses online on YouTube. Because I went to go look at one. See this installation, see the geothermal?
Mm-hmm.
See all the stuff they got here? Look at this fusion training. This is one I was looking at the other day. See how it's midway, because I was actually watching it.
The functionality is there again for that long-term durability.
And he'll talk about this is for a warmer climate.
Built in and ready to go. So in the T9800, there are the 160, 160,000 BTUs. So, and then there's the 199, 199,000 BTUs. So the GreenTherm T9800, two separate units, different size heat exchangers, different size burners, 160,000 BTUs, 199,000 BTUs. The first two of our very basic models of the GreenTherm T9800.
And you notice what he said. So you notice he said GreenTherm. So we're dealing with green energy. So that in itself is a niche. This is what I keep telling people. Even like prime example, they got people that need to service the charging machines for the Teslas. Like
For the Tesla, somebody told me about that. Yeah.
Tesla's got they certifying so many subcontractors, but the key is you got to find a lane and kill that lane. And that's what I tell people. Find the lane and kill the lane. It don't matter what you do. Just find it, dominate it, and kill it. You out here turning 2 and 3 jobs, you go do one and make 1,000, 1,500. Take you less than an hour. But that's why your mind has to expand. Period. Telling you. You see how I'm everywhere? I'm everywhere because I'm not about to miss the boat. I plan on being one of the gatekeepers. What? I got the key. I got the key.
Oh, goodness.
What did you say about Miss Ford in 1933? Oh, I got that key.
Oh, man. I got work to do.
Yeah, but see, the key is you have to be around people who inspire you, who deposit things in you, because all I'm doing is sprinkling seeds. You're going to run with it. It's going to grow into something I can't even imagine.
Right.
I understand who to give the ball to. I know who to hand it off to. And, you know, you can do anything you want to do. But like I said, for Peachtree City, we're going to get you some more warranty stuff. We're going to get you signed up for Pro Referral. We're going to show you how to do Pro Connect the right way. So many people talking about they don't make money on Pro Connect. You don't make money because you don't know how to do it. And you don't know how to push the line and stay right beneath so you don't have no problem. See, everything, every system, you have to understand the systems. Read the rule book so you can color inside the lines and make it work for you. That's the rule. That's business, period.
Right.
Problem is people don't read. They read to hurry up and get in, but they don't read to understand and morph it into what works for their business.
Right.
Any other questions? I'm supposed to be interviewing you.
Yeah, I don't. It's so much. I had one question, but I don't even feel like it's worthy. I want to ask where you getting your uniforms from? Are you doing that on the 30 credit limit too?
Yeah, I have an account with Amazon. That's net 55. And how you get that, once you get your 5 lines, you go to Amazon. Amazon will hook you up. Like, so I'm going to show you. All I do is go into, I think these are called Red Cap, and then I go to Embroid Me. And they just put, you know, I had my logo and everything put in the proper form and I just drop them off to Embroid Me. Like once a month, I'll drop some uniforms off because I order them monthly. Just like even down on my shoes. People always asking about my shoes because if you ever see me, I gotta be swagged out. You know, I'm a sister, so I have the red shoes. I got this. I got the red Aftershock. All my stuff is, you know, I got. Hey, they know. Hey, when you meet me, you know me. You're never gonna forget me. These are facts. So let me just show you the Amazon real quick. I'm telling you, I had to go get a reamer for my drill for flat repairs because I'm getting so many nails in my tires. I'm not about to be on doing. I'm gonna get a drill to handle that. But let's see, Amazon. All right, so it's so you can pick any color you want. I think it's red cap work shirts. You know, I just hit the and say like mine are blue and red. And so it'll bring them up and then you can pick them. Let me just scroll down. So you see that's one there. So like say for instance, you want, because this is like an automotive uniform.
Okay, yeah, I like that style though.
Yeah, because you know, I got it because to be honest with you, this is my background. This is what I'm comfortable in. And for me, it was important for me to be comfortable. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I went to work. I ain't want to get one. I can't stand them damn polos. I'm like, ugh, not in the office. I'm a boss. I'm out here grinding. This is the trades. We get out here.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cap with a K. So I was putting it in wrong, but that's what they come in. So if you put in red cap, you'll see like all the ones that they offer. See, that's the one I wear right here. I
That
got
one, yeah.
a short sleeve version of it because I'm in
Okay.
Florida, you know. But you see this, let me see. I think it's like, how much is it? See, it's $27.
Oh, this is something important too. Do you do your tools the same way, or where you doing your tools from?
Well, my tools, so oh, I forgot to tell you about this account. So you want to do Home Depot and you want to do Granger.
Oh, I love Granger.
So
Cool.
Granger gives you an account, right? They start you with $1,000 off the rip. You can get all your AC equipment, your welding equipment, all that from them. Like
Now I was gonna ask, are these credit cards, are they interchangeable? Like will
no,
Home
no,
Depot
no,
work?
no. This is a line of credit.
Oh, got you.
Credit card, this is why it's important that you build a credit a certain way. That's why your fuel card is so important. I'm gonna give you a game. Don't get one, get 4 or 5 fuel cards and rotate them. You know why? Because
Wow.
fuel cards report to Experian. And if you ever look at a fuel card, it has what? It has a MasterCard logo on it. So what is it just develop your relationship? MasterCard. Then you got to develop your relationship with American Express. It's a special game for that too. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's you have to just be focused. You're gonna spend money anyway, but why not make your money work? You're gonna pay for something. If you're gonna pay for it, make sure that it's building your credit, it's doing this, it's doing that. You don't
That's what I'm saying.
work harder than you. And that's the problem. People don't understand the business game. They can barely fix an appliance, let alone, you know, that.
And so this the next step, and I think this is the most important question I'm gonna ask.
Mhm.
How do you keep track and keep all this organized? Because this is a lot.
Well, you got 2 ways to do it. There are trackers. I'm gonna refer you to somebody. There's a young lady called Phyllis. She has this is her company, Hulbert Custom Design. She got a tracker. And then I tell everybody, go to hers and download this right here. She got a tracker she's selling online. Let's see, service. Let me see if she's got the tracker up here. Well, let's see, record keeping.
That's what I'm talking about.
This girl ain't no joke. See this revenue and expense tracker? It's it right.
Okay.
Download it, you can have it. It's a template. It ain't cheap. But the thing about it is, what I advise people to do is get a consult with her. But you see how they got 5 payments of $20? Like, it's just no excuse for people not to be on top of game. People making stuff affordable, you just got to get in there. But say you don't have the money to do that. You simply go in. Let me see. Go into my files. I got to do a search. And it's not hard. Let me tell you, when I didn't have no money, I still act like I ain't got no money. But I go and use tools. So say I have Office or Microsoft 365. I prefer to use, this is like an Excel spreadsheet. So say people don't know how to do it. If you go in here and you search for expense tracker, let's see, they have templates in here that you can use. All right, these templates are already set up for you to fill in. But the thing is, you need to learn how to use Excel. So, or create Excels. Like say I want to do this. I'm doing a new one, right? Say I want to track this. So say I want to say,
Oh, real quick, Miss Ward, my screen is white. I'm not, if you project it, I'm not seeing anything.
all right, hold on. I'm gonna go back and share again. I don't know if it's gonna show it. So what people have, can you see this?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so people have to learn how to do Excel. Excel is basic as it can be. You can do formulas and everything. They need to go to YouTube and learn how to do it, but it's real simple. Say you want to track expenses, right? And say like me, I have a spreadsheet for the credit cards, for my cash, for my parts, for my jobs, everything. Even tracking when I order parts, when they come in, tracking numbers, all that, because I'm anal. I need to know what's going on. You follow me? So say I want to track something simple like parts. So say I would do, here I would do customer name. See what I'm doing? All right, then say right here, I put number as in phone number or whatever. Then here, part, vendor. See what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
This is how my mind works. Vendor, and then I'll put tracking number. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Order, because I'm anal, because I'm a real appliance repair person, so I know these are the real issues that we have.
Now,
Like,
Uncle Mike tells us to, when we doing the warranty company, have them order the parts when you just start out. That's cool and all. I've noticed that you be waiting, and the whole name of the game is if you got them waiting, now you can't get no more job. I'm in that trial period to where you can't get no more jobs till you done with the jobs you already get. So you slowing yourself down by doing that. Not saying it don't work, not saying it don't take time, but I know you're gonna have to answer to speed that up. So what is your method to speed it up? I get the sense that you just have your own vendors and you order all your own parts.
yeah, I order all my parts, but that goes back to my business credit. Like for instance, if I didn't
Right.
have the resources, I'd be taking the jobs I can repair and where the parts are inexpensive. Do you
Okay.
understand? So say you go in, it's a lid switch. You need to order that lid switch. Okay, go in there, complete the job, build the company, and then watch how long it takes you to get your money. Like you should be at all times watching the algorithm of the company. What do I mean by the algorithm? When I submit it, when do I get paid? And then how many times, how quick do they send me another job when this is completed? So either you develop a relationship with someone that has an account with with a parts company, talk to you, because we don't read whatever, have them hook you up with the parts, whatever. At the end of the day, I have never in my entire experience had any warranty company order my parts. And the only reason I didn't is because I'm about turnaround and speed. And I'm not, that customer not gonna blow up my phone and I have no control. Because see, to me, they still controlling my money. I'm still an employee. So I don't, now for people who understand the system, how to go in and pick jobs where they don't need parts and they bill and see, like I said, it's all a mindset. So say I didn't have the resources. The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna team up with somebody who got it. Okay, that I can work on the look. I'll go knock out some of these jobs or installs for you, hook me up with the parts, whatever you need to do, whatever your relationship is with that person. And then because you need those parts to shut that job, because if you don't close that job, you're not going to get paid. And
You
then
just waiting.
I know, see, and the whole purpose of you having your business is so you control your destiny.
Right, exactly.
So that is a great, for people who trying to come up and who understand, if they taking all installs, then ain't no parts. You understand? See, that's how your mind got to think. Where can I go get it? Like, what does Grant Cardone say? Who got my money? You know what I mean? You got to find, and appliance repairs always, even when he talks about the drive-in cleaning, you can just do drive-in cleaning and get the money. But you got to realize you got to be able to do advertising a certain way in a specific area. The beautiful thing about Peachtree City, you're dealing with older people that communicate with other people. One thing about them, they'll be recommending you around and you're mannerable. You know how to talk to people with respect. You clean cut. Dude, you ain't nothing but a win. Telling you what I know. Yeah, so like I said, so basically you would create this and name it parts tracker or whatever. But the key is Excel is easy, but anybody, what I recommend people to do, once they understand Excel, they need to go into most people have Gmail, right? Your business should always be set up with a work email address. It should never say at Gmail because that is a social address. You'll see that when I send you that book for business credit, it's going to go over that. So what you do is you use, it used to be called G Suite, but it's called Workspace. And you're going to use that and it's going to give you a Gmail account, but it's going to have your business name and it'll give you a domain and all that stuff. You follow me?
Yes.
Is because when you deal with business credit and personal credit, you want to get automated approval. You do not want manual underwriting to get involved. As long as the computer has an algorithm, it has certain checkpoints. As long as you got a certain type of address, that's why you hear me tell people to use virtual addresses and don't use a PO box, don't use UPS, use someone like DaVinci, who's been around forever, and you never have a problem with them, like in Atlanta. Because let me tell you something.
I got Opus.
Okay, that's fine. Where is it at in Atlanta?
It's up in Peachtree City. Yeah, Peachtree City.
Peachtree Street or Peachtree City?
No, you're right. Peachtree Street.
Exactly. You don't want that.
Yeah,
You just put yourself a dead middle of Atlanta.
right.
So what I would do is, if I did it, I'd be two things I'd be doing. I would get 2 virtual offices. Okay, one in the rural area you want to go to. Okay, that you want to have a presence, because see, people don't understand Google. Wherever your address is what's going to come up when people search what? Appliance repair. So look for Opus or DaVinci in Peachtree City. Whatever area market you want to dominate, you want to put a stake in the ground.
Got you.
You know, but that's what I mean about coming at the game from different angles. Because if you don't get 100,000 miles up in the ground, in the sky, and look down, you can't manage your business. When you're working in the business day to day, you're trying to get. So what I do when I approach business, I get everything done I need to do. So when I'm in tech mode, I can be in tech mode, and that's what most people mess up. This is why Workies is so important, because I get up between 4 and 5 every morning. I set my schedules up, the staff schedules. I make sure all parts are ordered. Like prime example, if I order my parts from Marcone, I immediately go in and go to FedEx from Marcone, and I lock in a text message to my phone to notify me when those parts are delivered. I have my system automated set up to notify the customers when the parts are delivered and schedule their appointment 24 hours after. That's automated. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's how my business is so hands off in certain areas. People are like, how do you do it? I do it because I saw the issues. I put systems in place, and Workies has all those systems that I use. I mean, I team Workies up with GoSite, because GoSite has the scheduling. The scheduling is a code from Workies. Like, this is what I'm saying about buy stuff and they don't maximize the programs. It's just like your smartphone. If you really could do everything the developers could do on your smartphone, you'd be a genius. But most things we own, we don't explore it or exploit it.
Wow.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I am gonna get back to you and get this wrapped up.
Okay.
So once again, don't ever stop the excitement you have. You know, you got a lot from me. Like I said, I'm gonna post this. People gonna freak out because first of all, no one thinks like this. And if they do, they think in little categories because their mind, they don't expand that way. And the people that do think like this, they're not sharing. They're not giving out the game because they frustrated just like I got frustrated. Because people can't see it. They can't see that far. And the reality is, don't ever let anyone stop your dream and your vision, man. Ever. Ever. You hear me? Never. So I'm going to send you the email. You're going to see my email address. Any questions you have my direct number. Just text me. A lot of times I can't pick up because I'm either trying to work out and get this round chunk off me. I've been talking about this for a couple of years, but one day I'm gonna be looking like Naomi Campbell on y'all ass. Y'all ain't gonna. But like I said, young man, you are definitely the future. But you see all them gems I just gave you? I know
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
all over the place, especially with that scientist game. I'm telling you, find the most lucrative areas and become the best in it. Yeah. And
Now
you
moving forward, what do I need to give back to you? Because I really feel honored that I would just bestow your presence, your time. I know your time is valuable, all that. Like I'm really grateful, especially, you know, everything that I've been going through, learning and getting, you know, getting my sweat in at the game and you know, the hard knocks, you know, everybody makes mistakes, but I want to, you know, just continue to build our relationship and stay connected. So
okay. Well, like I
me,
said,
let me
we're
know.
going to have some conversations off camera,
Okay.
and we will talk about that. But the thing I want you to understand, you look at DCNF, you look at me, and you look at Slick. Three of us sat down at ASTE in 2019. We were some of the first people that were in appliance boot camp. And we made it that didn't know each other. Because people always think we were in the same class. So let me just dispel that, you know, they think we were the super class, but we weren't. But what happened was we were at ASTE and we met up. And so we went to lunch together at Waffle House. Slick almost got us throughout, but you know, that's Slick. But the reality is we developed a bond there that we were all going to be successful. So we all went through our growing pains. We would call each other frustrated. Like the guy, they would call me and say, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? You know, because I used to, in the beginning, I used to throw my numbers, like I came out the gate doing 25, 30,000 a month. They was like, what the hell? And I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of low in my brain because my goal is 100 G's a month. Like that's my whole goal.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing else, you know. So I'm thinking, how do I get to this number? Because that's how I come from that kind of world in automotive. So I didn't realize I was intimidating people that, you know, and I really didn't care. But they would call me and say, well, how you doing this? How you doing? I said, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. Because to me, it was just normal because I thought that way. It's not that they didn't think that way. They, like, you look at Darian has to have the best warranty. That's right, Darian, I'm calling you because another video coming up. But he's got to have some of the best strategies when it comes to warranty companies, franchising out and building the business. But let me tell you something. You need to watch the video he did with me. It wasn't easy the whole way. Same thing with Slick. You know, so where we are now, we are still grinding and working. People act like we done made it. Hell no, we ain't made it. I damn sure ain't made it because as far as I'm concerned, when I made it, I might as well be dead. Because you gotta realize I'm not a young woman. Like most people don't know that I'm 55 years old. I be out here grinding like I'm 35. But it's just because that's my mindset. And I'm never gonna, if I start grinding, then I know I'm gonna die. Because that's just like you, it's in you, it's in me. And I gotta constantly feed my mind. I gotta constantly build businesses. I gotta streamline them out, and I gotta help and share everything I have with everybody. That's worthy, you know, and that's willing to put in the work because I can't apply all the stuff I know, but I can plant a seed with you guys, and y'all can make it grow and take it to the next level. And that's what I expect. Period, from anybody I work with.
And I'm just thankful and grateful that I'm one of the chosen ones.
Well, you got to understand, you put yourself out there, and you know, it takes a lot. And like I said, you'll be able to upload this video on your channel. So hopefully
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep going definitely because this is all branding, this is all brand building. So Magnolia Repairs on the solid steps to wealth.
tell you because people are like, why is her channel Solid Steps to Wealth? I'm like, well, my channel was Solid Steps to Wealth before appliance repair.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. So with that said, man, I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna stop the little thing here, and then we'll have our private conversation. So to everybody that's getting a chance to see this, I hope you got some gems out of it. This started out as an interview. The gentleman asked me some questions and I definitely had to answer. So if you guys want to consult, hit the link below. You'll see Solid Steps to Wealth. You got several things to pick out. If you're struggling in any area, we are here to help. Anything you want to leave the people with, Mr. Davis?
I'm gonna leave y'all with y'all continue to grind, continue to work. If y'all want to reach me, you got magnoliarepair.com, Magnolia Repair Appliance and Home on YouTube, and Magnolia Repair on Instagram.
There we go. All right, y'all. Salute and keep stepping, Solid Steppers.